Hello, nice to see you. Today I was planning on doing a get ready with me video and I have no idea what I want to talk about, so I was planning maybe for the next time, if you have any topic suggestions or any questions, that you can leave in the comments below. I will actually know what to talk about, but we'll take it as it goes and hopefully it won't be too boring. I had a quite long day today and I just took a shower, so I thought it would be a good time to just relax and do some makeup with you. I'm gonna start by actually doing my hair care routine because, as I said, I just finished showering and my hair, I always have been bad in taking care of my hair, and I'm sure if you have seen any of my other videos, my hair always sticks up like this because I have all these tiny baby hairs that never wants to lay flat on my head, and I always forget to use hairspray. So I'm gonna use this Kene. I think this is a German brand. This is a So Pure Balance Defrish Shine Serum, and it's paraben free with argan oil, and I actually like this a lot. I just take like 2 pumps and then massage it into my hair. I just cut some of my hair off. It used to be like 10 centimeters longer, but I was so tired of it being broken and I couldn't brush it, and it's still like a little bit worn at the tips, but I'm not gonna cut more. I don't want to cut more off. I didn't cut it myself, a hairdresser cut it, but you know what I mean. So this time I was thinking that I was actually trying to take care of my hair, and I started with my old hair, but it didn't really work because it was so worn already. But this time I hope that hopefully if I take care of it and I use these serums and things, that it will be better. And I'm gonna use this. It's a Schwarzkopf Gliss Hair Repair conditioning spray leave-in. I need to mix it up, and also I'm gonna spray that in my hair. So today actually didn't work. I woke up and I had some problems with my computer, and I tried to call my boyfriend for him to help me fix it, but he knows nothing about IT. So we sat for like 3 hours trying to fix my computer, and then I went out because I needed to find a gift for a girl that I know, and I made it for her. I made like a kit with like a body butter and shower gel and some chocolate and stuff, some candy, and I hope she will like it. After that I went to the stable. I have a horse. She's really cute. She's like not a pony, but she is close to a pony. She's 152 centimeters in height, and that is just right above a pony. I love her a lot, but my problem is lately that I've been working so much and I've been feeling so tired that I didn't feel like I had time for her at all, which is very unfortunate because I feel really guilty because I love her very much. So I feel really guilty that I don't spend enough time with her. And yeah, you hear this? It's all the broken hairs that are all tangled up together. And the reason that I don't brush my hair when it's dry, it's because I have do you say perm in my hair? When you make it like, it's like a permanent that will make it a little curly. It looks better if my hair dries wet, but if I don't brush it, it's not good. And I'm trying to not break my hair. So that's why I'm brushing it when it's wet. So anyway, I love my horse very much, but I feel like recently I hadn't had any time for her at all. So I made the decision last summer to to rent her out. Well, they don't pay me anything, but they are paying for all my horse expenses. And that girl is actually very nice, and she's letting me go there and visit her and stuff. But I still feel guilty that I don't visit her enough. I wish I could. I just don't have any energy anymore. And I recently have been starting to work 100% because at my workplace people have been sick and people have quit and stuff like that. So many tangles. People have quit and people have been sick. So I have been working a lot, and now when all the like workers that was there like on full time, they're not there anymore, and all the new staff doesn't really know what to do. I end up doing everything, and I'm wondering when I come to work, like, what are they even doing when they're there? Because sometimes it seems like nothing is done. But yeah, it's like that. It's actually the girl who takes care of my horse now that I bought the gift for. So I hope she will like it. I got really surprised because when I got to the stable, she actually bought me this hoodie that I'm wearing, and it's really soft and I like it, and I like the color. It's pink, and she bought me also these like furry socks, which are very nice. Feels like I've been talking forever and I haven't even started yet. I bought this headband here just recently at the Swedish dollar store, and I like it, but I feel like it's a little tight. Maybe they intended it for little girls or people with smaller heads. Oh. Something like that. Oh, I feel like I look weird. So I'm gonna start with using I'm gonna start with this EOS lip balm to hydrate my lips a little. I've been in the habit of always wearing something on my lips, so when I don't, I feel really dry. I'm gonna use the Olay Protecting and Brightening Cream with SPF 20. It's a moisturizer. It's very cold outside now, so my skin has been so dry, and I've been so naughty because I haven't been wearing any moisturizer. I've been so lazy and I haven't put any on. Well, not enough at least. So I've been so dry, and I had this like super dry spot here on my nose that made my makeup look super weird. And I'm gonna use the same brand. This is the eye cream. And I'm gonna use a little. I noticed if you take too much of this, it will end up like bulking up under your makeup and make it like be all nasty and looks like your skin is like peeling off, but it's not. It's the cream that reacts with the foundation, I think. And then I'm gonna use this Sephora Universal Cooling Eye Primer. And this, I don't like this. This doesn't do anything, I don't think. I think this step is completely useless, but I almost finished this product. So I'm really happy about that. Just look at this. Do you see? Do you see all that visibility? Then if I squeeze it together, there's a tiny bit here. So hopefully soon I'll be done with this, and I bought a new eye primer. I bought the Urban Decay primer potion in Eden, and I hope that I will like that much more. I have big hopes for that at least. And I bought the MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly, but I ended up giving that to my sister, so I don't have that anymore. So, but I hope the Urban Decay primer potion will be really good. I have big hopes for that one anyways. I think I said that already. Anyways, I am gonna use today this Too Faced chocolate gold bar. Yeah, it's just chocolate gold. I love this. It smells very nice. I got a little bit disappointed the first time I grabbed this because I thought it would smell more, but when I let go of that first initial disappointment and then realized that I actually like the smell, so this is actually quite nice. And I'm gonna use the cream to set cream white to set my face. I can't remember what I talked about anymore. So anyways, she bought me this shirt and these socks, and it was really sweet of her because I wasn't expecting anything from her at all. And she wrote this letter that she said it was from my horse, but she wrote like how much she appreciated me, and she appreciated all the things that I have done for her and all the things that I've taught her and stuff like that. And it was so sweet, and I got so happy. And then I felt like the gift I bought for her wasn't enough, and I felt like ashamed that I didn't do more for her. So now I have bad conscience that I bought her a gift, but I don't feel like it's good enough anymore. Hopefully she won't see it that way. This one I used is the Sigma Large Shader E60, and I'm gonna take something else. I think I'm gonna take the Sueva 227 Lux Soft Definer brush, and I'm gonna use So Pure, yeah, this shade. I have a lot of other interests. I like going from do you have these periods in time where you love doing something and then you do it a lot and then you switch to something else? Right now I'm really into makeup, but I haven't always been. I only had like a makeup interest for like 1 year, and before that I never did my makeup, but I didn't really feel that I wanted to be pretty before. Well, I always wanted to be pretty, but I didn't feel like I was in a good place to feel pretty. I just didn't care. Maybe that's the easier way to say it. Didn't care about anything because I wasn't happy with my life. And when I got my new job, I got happy. I talked a lot about this in my last Get Ready With Me. But anyways, so I have makeup as a big interest, but I've always been into like painting and art and stuff like that as well. I really wish I was a good singer, but I'm not. I'm terrible at singing, and my voice every time I try to raise my voice just gives up on me and it cracks and I sound like a crow or something. When I was little, I sang in front of my mother a lot, and she always told me I sing so good, but I sing in front of my boyfriend and he holds his ears, so I sing terribly. And he's not doing that to be mean, he's just honest, but I don't sing very good. I wish I could, because I always wanted to be like a singer and stuff like that when I grew up, but that's not for me. And then yeah, so I've always been into art and stuff like that, and been interested in stuff, and I wish I knew how to play the piano as well, but I don't. My mother got me a keyboard because my mother knows how to play piano, but we didn't have any piano. I'm gonna take the Sigma Blending E25 and I'm gonna use the Cocoa Truffle shade. Yeah, she used to tell me how much she hated playing piano when she grew up, because her mother forced her to play, and she didn't want to play like classical music, and that's what her mother wanted her to play. So she never asked me to go to music school or anything, because she hated it so much when she grew up. But I wish that I knew how to play an instrument. I really love like orchestra music, to listen to it sometime. I really can appreciate the work it takes to master something like that. And yeah, so I really appreciate how much time it takes to really master an instrument. And I love listening to people who love playing and stuff like that. But I like normal music too, you know, like radio music and pop and stuff like that. But really it hits me in the heart when somebody is just playing or singing just from their heart. I love listening to that. But no, I can't play any instruments, but I wish I could. But I've always been interested. And I had this phase where I bought all these, I was into art, so I bought a lot of art supplies, and I bought a lot of these coloring books for adults, you know, the one you fill in. Because I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna be so creative, but I used like one page, and then I got busy. It's just that I didn't feel like I could spend that time on myself, and that like I was wasting my time by coloring, which means that all that money I spent on coloring books and pencils and art supplies was useless, which is, yeah, that's how I am. So after that I decided that I would be really into knitting, so I bought a lot of yarn. I started this project with knitting. I'm using the same brush, and I'm gonna take the black and I'm just gonna put a little, I think in my outer and my inner corner, to make like halo eye-ish thing. So I was really into, for a while I was really into knitting, and I started making like one of those shawls, and it looked really nice actually. But I started that like 5 years ago, and it's still not done to this day. But I still like knitting, and I just never feel like I have the time for that anymore. And after knitting, I decided that I would start this, have you seen like when people weave little ribbons together to make like headbands, and to make like silk flowers with ribbon and stuff like that? It looks really pretty, and I started that, and I bought all the supplies to do that stuff, and then I never finished. I don't think I even did one. Did one half of a headband. But I also have big I'm very critical against myself. I don't really ever accept anything but the best of myself. So I want everything that I do to look very good. Otherwise I'm gonna blame myself. And as I did with those headbands and stuff I was doing, I just redid it, and then I never got to finish it, because I just had too high expectations of myself, and then I just stopped. And after that I decided that I was gonna start painting on clothes, like making own t-shirt designs and stuff. So I bought a lot of stuff with that, and then, you know, the same thing over and over. Some things that I do love to do, I love to bake. Baking has always been like a thing that I love to do, and my mother used to love to bake. I don't love to clean after myself, but I love to bake. And I just, this Christmas I was so happy because my boyfriend came over and we did this gingerbread cookies together, and we were so creative and I loved it. And unfortunately we didn't have so much time because we had to leave the next day to drive a few hours to visit my family. So we did the cookies in the last minute, but I love that he really took his time, because he's not interested in baking at all. But he really took his time and he did it for my sake, and we had so much fun together. And we did like these 3D standing cookies, which was really, I think it ended up really nice actually. And yes, I love baking, but I don't feel like I have enough time for it. My sister also loves baking. She is actually working with, she's not only baking, but she is like a chef at a, not at a restaurant, but at a grocery store, where they take like orders for catering and stuff like that. I think this is blending, but it's blending a little weird. Let's continue blending. Yeah, so she also loves baking, so I think we both of us got that from our mom. And yeah, what else? And yeah, well, somewhere along the line when I got a new job, I decided that I would be into makeup, and I love it. I love doing my makeup. I feel like it's so much fun to play with so many different colors and stuff like that. So it really got me in a really good place to do my makeup. I felt really good about it, and I started, unfortunately, to feel really good about buying makeup, which is a whole other topic. And I am very insecure about my skills doing makeup, but I'm trying to improve myself and always learn things. I love learning things, and I love getting new experiences and stuff like that. And yeah, so I came into this after I started with makeup. I came into this, before I was really cheap and I never spent any money on myself. All I did ever was just save. All I was about was saving money. I would never ever spend any money on myself, ever. Barely like $2 I would spend on myself. And then some way when this makeup thing started, I didn't have any makeup. I had like one eyeshadow palette from the dollar store. I had like, you know, cheap things. They worked out, but they were not that fancy really. But somewhere along the line I think this started, when did this start? Half a year ago? I think a little more. In the beginning of 2018 anyways. I started to just feel like, why am I saving all my money? What am I supposed to do with all this money that I'm saved? Because I saved for so many years. I never had high paying jobs, so it's not like I had millions, but I saved up a lot of money. And at one point it just hit me this year. It's like, oh, why am I saving all this money? Why am I not spending this money on myself? So then I started to do that, and wow, it went so overboard. I spent so much money on makeup. And it's crazy, just these brushes and this palette and yeah, all the stuff I bought. It's a lot. I need to just tell myself, stop, no more makeup, but then I can't. I can't, and especially if there's a sale, I can't. And then I decided I wanted to start with YouTube because I always wanted to. I wanted to do YouTube and I wanted this 3 years before I started my channel. I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to have this community experience that a lot of other people had, and I never really had any or that many friends. So I wanted this community. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to talk to them. So I decided I wanted to do YouTube, but because I have so high expectations on myself, I didn't want to do it because I didn't have any camera. I didn't have any like editing software on my laptop. I had nothing. So this year when I decided, okay, no, I'm gonna stop saving money, I'm gonna start spending on myself, I went out and I spent 10,000 Swedish crowns on a camera. Well, the camera and all the camera supplies. And I bought a MacBook Air because I wanted to edit. But that was only because of YouTube. I didn't buy that for any other reason, and something is wrong with that. Something is really wrong with that, because I hope that I won't tire of doing videos, because I do videos for myself mostly, and because I want to, I think this is kind of like a therapeutic way to just get some stress relief, I guess. Oh, I will never finish this. Do you see how weird that looks? And I keep adding more, and that looks, I think I'll go back to this one and I stop adding and I just blend, because I think I've been sitting for 10 minutes blending. I'm gonna fast forward. So I don't know if you can see, but I feel like this eye looks super weird. Do you see? It looks in this corner. I think I've been blending for like 20 minutes and I can't make it look good. And I'm just gonna give up there, I think, and continue and cut my losses, and it will have to look like that. What's your opinion? Because it's not like I'm using, I don't know, this black. I feel like this eye looks better and this eye looks not so good, but yeah, whatever. Let's continue. So I just tried to use this cream shade to blend the edges with a new brush. I used Luxe Crease 221 from Zoeva. It was just a clean brush that I used with the cream eyeshadow, and then I added some more black, and I feel like I need to stop now because I can do that forever. So what do I want to do next? I don't know if I want to try maybe purple with the pink, or what do I want to do? I think, or do I do, oh, I wish you could tell me. I feel like I want to do the green, but I only used this palette one time before and then I used the green, so I feel like I should choose something else. Now let's just go with the purple and pink. And I'm gonna use, this is a Body Shop brush, and this is the N34W, double V it's called, right? I'm gonna take the purple, it's Living Lavish, and then I'm gonna put that on this side. Let's see if this brush is any good for that. Maybe I'll use my finger instead. Something like that. Let's give up on this brush and I'll take my finger and I'll use the pink in the middle of the eye. New Money, it's called, the shade. Yeah, so let's see. I was thinking that I would do some eyeliner and then maybe put some like iridescent powder over it to make it a little color shifting, but I don't know how that will go with this eye look. I just feel like something's off with these eyes, but I'll just continue. I'm gonna take this black eyeshadow here, and this is the same I used in my last Get Ready With Me, it's just in another pan. I'm gonna use this eyeshadow with Inglot Duraline, and I'm gonna mix it together directly in the eyeshadow pan. Don't really recommend that you do this by yourself. Don't do this by yourself. But I really enjoy doing this, and I don't think I will ever buy another eyeliner again. I just have so much black eyeshadow that I can use as eyeliner. But if you mix it directly in the pan, you will never be able to use the eyeshadow as an eyeshadow anymore, so don't do that. So I've done my eyeliner. I feel like they're somewhat even, but you know, when I start I can continue forever, so I'm just gonna call it off there. Same with the eyeliner, same with the eyeshadow. It's just gonna go. I don't feel like it looks terrible, but I'm not super happy with it either. But whenever I'm gonna try my idea that I had with putting like a sheer powder on top of the eyeliner, because when you do this with the Inglot Duraline and the eyeshadow, you need to set the eyeliner, otherwise it will smear. That's why it's so easy for me to correct it with a wet wipe. I didn't used to put my eyeliner on like that, but then I started and now I can't seem to stop doing it like that. So what color do I use? This is a highlighter palette, and this is from H&M. In my haul of this one I said that I didn't like it because I didn't think it was holographic, but this is actually pretty nice, so I take it back. I like it. I think I'm gonna use, do I use the blue or do I use this one? Oh, so many decisions. I think I'm gonna go with the blue. And this is a Zoeva 317 wing liner brush. And we'll see what we think about this. Oh, no, I know what I'll do. I'll do the... Oh, sorry, you couldn't see anything. I'll do the side of the eyeliner, or the edges, in the blue one, and the inside in the pink one. What do we think about that? Does that look good? What do you think? Let's continue on from there. What will we do next? I'm gonna clean up a little bit underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna use some foundation. I'm gonna use the Sephora 10-hour wear foundation, and this is actually pretty nice. But before I do that, I'm gonna prime with this primer here. And I think that because I talked so much in the beginning of this video, I'm just gonna, you know, try to fast forward as much as I can. Otherwise this video is gonna be 3 hours long, I think. But I'll just use the primer and the foundation, and I'm gonna use the foundation with a Zoeva stippling brush. This one, it's 125 stippling. I'm gonna put on my foundation, and after that I was planning on using the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer in the color Light, and we'll see how it goes after that. So now I have my foundation, my primer, my concealer on, not in that order, but that's what I have on. And now I will take some powder, and I'll use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'll use my beauty blender. This is not wet, but I'll use it anyways. And I'll just stamp it on my face, under my eyes, and then I'll use a brush for the rest of my face. So tell me, do you also have bad spending habits when it comes to makeup? Because I feel like when I started spending so much money on stuff, I couldn't stop. And my excuse was that I needed to treat myself, because I never treat myself. And that might be true, might have been true from the beginning, but it is definitely not true anymore, because I treated myself more than enough. But it's not only that, it's like I started to love giving gifts too, and I started buying really expensive gifts. And this is a 107 Polar Powder Polish from Zoeva brush. I realized that I love giving away gifts. Because a lot of people in my family don't have a lot of money, and I would like to contribute to their happiness by buying material items for them. That's my reasoning, and that sounds terrible when I put it like that, but yeah, I love making people happy. That makes me feel so good when I see somebody happy. And lately in my life and in my family, so many tragic things have happened. That really nobody's happy anymore, and I'm trying to do my best to cheer everybody up. I have 4 siblings, 2 sisters and 2 brothers, and unfortunately we are not really close, me and my siblings. I'm closest to my oldest sister because she is 15 years or so older than me, and she was like my second mom when I was growing up, and I really admire her, and she's great, but she's often very stressed, and she doesn't have a lot of time for stuff, and she has her own family, and so we don't end up talking much, but she's the one I talk to the most. I would love to talk to my siblings, but they are not really interested. Do you have any tips? Because I really would love to talk to my family or my siblings like we're friends. Tell them about my day and stuff like that, but they're not interested, especially one of my brothers. He's absolutely not interested. And I don't know what to do, and I mention it many times that I would like to get close to them and talk to them, and all they say is that they have stuff to do. So my boyfriend and his family, they're so close. He has 4 sisters, no, 3 sisters, but they're very close and they love each other very, very much, and I love my siblings too. It's just that they just don't want to have that bond, and that's very sad for me. I love them, of course, but they just don't want to be that close, even if I want to. So what would be your tip to getting close to your own family members? Right now I'm using the Makeup Forever Premium Tri-Brow in the color Brown Blonde and the Sueva 322 Brow Line brush. What do you usually like doing when you are doing your makeup? Do you listen to music? Do you watch videos or movies, or do you make with somebody? What do you like doing when you're doing your makeup? Personally, I love watching YouTube videos while doing makeup, and the best thing is if they're also doing their makeup while I'm doing my makeup, because then I feel like it's more fun in a way. Yeah, I love that. I love watching Get Ready With Me type videos, because I love hearing about how other people are feeling and their thoughts and stuff like that. I think it's amazing that people actually share things about themselves and give their advice and stuff for people to listen, and maybe it will help them also in a way. That's something that I would like to do one day. Is if anything I ever say would help anybody, I would be so happy. I am really never happy with the way my brow looks. I am always trying to upgrade the way my brow looks, but I never feel like they look perfect. The thing that I always the least happiest about when I do my makeup, it's my brows. If I don't use a really crappy foundation, because that looks just terrible. Do you have a really bad foundation? That I just can't. That makes me so unhappy. Yeah, that will have to do, and I'll use a spoolie. I'll have to do. And I'm dipping in the middle, there's a wax. I'm gonna dip my spoolie in the wax and then just brush through my brows. And that's basically how I've been doing my brows lately. I saw this really awesome technique. I was looking at Linda Hallberg, her videos. She's a makeup artist and she seems really amazing. I was watching her video on how to do soap brows and that looked so cool. I have to try that one day. You should check that out if you don't know. But it was like how you separated your brows and make it super fluffy, and yeah, that looked very nice. What do you love the most about makeup? Me personally, I just love the way that you can be creative with makeup, and that you can totally, it's like you can change your, it's almost like I am playing somebody else. Sometimes I can do my makeup and I can do it lightly and I can be like, just like anybody. I can almost like I step into a new role. Like I'm a new person when I do makeup, but sometimes I can do makeup and just feel like I brought out my, like more natural, that I brought out my own features. But sometimes I do my makeup and I look at myself and I feel like I'm a new person almost. And I find something a little exhilarating about that almost, because I loved when I grow up to play like dress up and theater and all those things. So I love getting into a new role. I'm still me, but sometimes it feels like if I wanted to be somebody else, I could be. And you can do so many things with makeup. And I think it's great. If makeup can make you feel good and boost your confidence, then why wouldn't you? The only bad thing is that I wish I had like 3 extra hours in the day just to sit and do my makeup, because sometimes, you know, if we have to work, we have to go grocery shopping, we have to do laundry and clean and dishes and take care of our families and all these things, and sometimes really you shouldn't spend so much time doing your makeup. But when you get the time, I love it. I love to do it, and I wish I could do it faster. When I do my makeup fast, I actually have to skip a lot of steps, and sometimes I get really frustrated because I want to do it faster but I can't. Oh well, I can do it faster, but I want to do it more creative, and I don't have time for that. So usually when I'm really fast, I do a powder foundation and skip concealer completely, do my brows, some like one crease color, one color on the lid, eyeliner if I have time, and then mascara, and then something on the lips. Let's see what's next. I have brows on, I have eyeshadow, powder, foundation. Let's do some contouring, and I brought out this Becca palette that I thought I would use. I love this. This is really, really nice, and I love the mirror on here. It's huge. Unfortunately, this is not available anymore. This was the limited edition Christmas palette for 2017. This was one of my first high-end palettes, actually, and I love it. My camera died, so we're back. This was the limited edition palette for 2017, I think I said. I'm gonna use the bronzer in here. The bronzer is called Bronzed Bondi, but I know some of these you can buy separately, so it's not totally limited edition, but this is a really, really nice palette. Did my foundation oxidize, or am I imagining it? Do you think they're the same? That's my neck. Did I say that the brush I'm using is the 101 Lux Fish Definer from Zoeva? This is my favorite bronzer brush at the moment. I think it's quite nice. I've been interested in horses for a very long time. To get into the subject I was talking about earlier in this video, and I love it. I think horses, the way you take care of them, you know, you have to take care of them. In animals in general, they make you feel like, or they teach children to have a lot of responsibility. Because, for example, a horse, doesn't matter if you're sick, or if you don't feel good, or if you just don't want to, you still have to, because they're an animal and they need your help, because they're not in the wild, you know. We put them there. They need to have food, they need water, they need love and care. And you need to take care of them, and it doesn't matter what day in the week it is, or if it's Christmas or New Year's or whatever it can be, they still need your love. Horses and animals in general. And I think that teaches children to have a lot of responsibility. This is the Luxe Chic Finish 126, and I'm gonna use the blush in here, and that's Winterberry, it's called, the blush. And I started with horses from a quite young age, and I think that taught me to have a lot of responsibility. And it shaped me as a person, I think. I had my own horse since I was 15 years old. And today I am 24. So that's 9 years I had my horse. And my horse, when I got her, she was just a little baby. And now she is quite old. Well, she's not very old, but she's in her prime of her life, I can say. She's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful horse. And I used to be really into you know, competitions and all these things, but then I realized that I don't want my horse and my relationship to be about those things. I don't want it to be about competitions and stuff like that. I want our relationship to be this might sound really cliche or, you know, weird, but I wanted our relationship to be for love, you know, for care, like, you know, with your dog or cats. You know, you don't compete, you don't do stuff like that. Sometimes even when I was little, all horses was for me was to be riding. I'm gonna use this pink shifting highlight from this H&M palette. And I forgot what I was saying. I wanted it to be about love, our relationship, and I didn't want it to be all about competitions and stuff. So in the end, you know, from the beginning, when I was little, all I wanted was to ride. It's riding the horse that was a big deal, you know. I liked spending time with horse otherwise too, but riding was the thing that I wanted to do. You know, if I could keep taking care of the horse, that was fine with me, but that was, you know, part of it. Because in Sweden, riding school, the horse is not really done for you when you arrive. You have to take care of it before and put all the equipment on and stuff like that. You know, you had to take care of the horse in that meantime. I'm gonna use the tapered highlighter from Sigma and use this Becca highlighter. I think I'm going for this white one. This is Icicle, it's called. And I'm gonna add some of that as well on the cheeks. And from the beginning it was all about riding, and then with time, or nowadays, I realized that sometimes I don't even have to go riding when I'm in the stable. Maybe all I want to do is feed her apples and take a walk with her, or no, teach her a trick. And you can do that with horses. Today I was teaching her to like do a high five, and she was really good at it. It was the first time she did it, and she did it really well. And that makes me so happy. And she enjoyed it too. We do some clicker training, and she loves it. And I've been really into doing like things more naturally, like the old West. I ride English style, but you know, more influence from like the Indians and how they took care of their horses, and just this really big bond. And unfortunately, my horse, she's still a little bit skeptic, you know, how can, after all that competitiveness and stuff that we did before, how can I suddenly have changed? And sometimes she's just going along, and then she's a little bit skeptic, you know, if I changed. Or they don't forget. Just as we don't forget, they don't forget. So if you're mean to them, they will remember. But the fun thing is, when I started doing this, she really started to express her personality, which is really nice. I don't really blame people for the way they take care of their animals or stuff like that, because even if I think some things that I did before, or the way I was riding and stuff, that it wasn't very nice, I didn't do it because I wanted to be mean to her. I did it because I didn't know better. And I don't think anybody really are mean to their animals or their family members or anybody with purpose. At least 99% of everybody, they're not mean on purpose. And I try to, sometimes when people say things stuff, and I try to think that way too, that perhaps they're not mean on purpose. Maybe in their way they're thinking, or their way they've been taught and brought up, that's just normal for them. And they didn't really think about what they were saying or how it would make me feel. And I think that that's the same way that you take care of animals. You don't really know, you know, if you didn't know better, you were taught one way and you think that's the right way, you think that's the way it's supposed to be done, especially if your parents did it, if you grew up that way. But at least now I can really appreciate the relationship we have together, me and my horse, and I love her very, very much. And I don't really blame myself for the way I used to be, very competitive and stuff with her, because I didn't know better. But now when we have a really nice relationship, I wish I had been taught that, how important it is and how much happiness it gives me from the beginning. But I wasn't. But I can really appreciate it now the way it is. And I don't really think that anybody is really evil. I think everybody has their reasons for doing it, and they're doing things that they believe are right, even though it might not be so nice. Maybe if you rob a bank, it's because you were taught one way that made you do it, or something like that. At least I want to believe that about everybody. That my camera keeps turning off because my memory card is being weird, so I had to take it out and format my memory card for it to be normal again. So hopefully my camera won't turn off anymore. But basically what I said was that I think that people are just not mean with intent because they are believing. I don't think that person that does something mean thinks he's mean. Do I make any sense? Probably not. I finished doing my mascara. I used this L'Oreal Superstar False Lash mascara. I really like this one. It's very nice. I love the way they make my eyelashes look. I used to use this one before I used the other one. This is the L'Oreal Ecstatic, Paradise Ecstatic. This is the waterproof one, but the one I used to use was the normal one, and that was so hyped up, and that did nothing for me. But this is really nice. I like it a lot. So this wasn't so expensive either. And I bought this one with extra fiber that I'm super excited to try out at one point as well. But I'm only allowing me max 2 open mascaras at a time. And I have 2. So until this is finished and this is finished, I can open a new one. But this is really nice. I like it a lot. I love how it makes me look, my eyelashes. So I finished putting my mascara on, and I realized that I need to put something underneath my eye. Where did that eyeshadow palette go? Here. I'm gonna go into this chocolate gold palette again, and I'm just gonna take this boring brown color, I think, on my lower lashes before I put mascara on there. Not on my lower lashes, on my underneath my eye. Anyways, this is the matte brown. Oh, this smells so nice. I love smelly makeup. That's one of my weaknesses. I wanted to buy this Christmas. They had this, I know Becca, she released some cinnamon lipstick, and I really wanted to buy that. But of course they didn't release it in Sweden. No, of course not. So I couldn't buy it, but in one way that's good for me because I really didn't need it. Is that enough or should I add something else? Maybe I'll add some black as well. Just a little. And Too Faced, really from the beginning I didn't want to support Too Faced because so many people on YouTube that I watch, they don't like Too Faced for some reason, because they had offended them or done something not very nice. But I just love Too Faced makeup, make me feel very good. I love their packaging, I love their style, it's very cute, sometimes it's very pastel, it's about love, like a little bit like children's style sometimes. And I just love that they smell. And if the Tutti Frutti collection was in Sweden, oh god, maybe I should thank myself, so thank them that they didn't release it here and that it was limited edition to Ulta, because then I can buy I can buy anything from the Tutti Frutti collection, even though I want it all. So yeah, perhaps it's good that they don't sell it here, because I would buy a lot of it and I don't think I could stop myself. I'm gonna put some mascara on my lower lashes as well. And every time I put on mascara, I manage to get it on my skin. And I don't know why. And half of all those times, I stab myself in the eye. Or I get mascara in my hair. One of those billions of weird things. So I always need to clean it up, because otherwise it looks stupid. And to clean up you use a dry cotton bud, Q-tip. If you're from the US, can you tell me, why do you call it Q-tip? Or do you call it cotton bud? Or is that the UK? Like, where does that come from? Something like that, I think. Did I miss anything? It feels like I missed something, but maybe it's just today. My plan, I never know what lipstick to pair with anything, but I'm thinking maybe this, the Body Shop liquid lipstick. This is in the color Vienna Tulip. We'll see. What do we think? Or is this too warm? I don't know. I don't really like the Body Shop lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, to be honest. They're more like a normal lipstick. They're not so much liquid, actually. They're fine, but they don't hold. What can I use? No, I don't think so. No. Should I mix something? No. Or maybe I'll just put a lip gloss on top. I think I had one. Can't find anything anymore. This. Let's see. What do we think? I think I'll go with that. In lack of anything. This is actually pretty nice. I love this lip gloss. This is, I don't know which, this is color number 2. And this is, smells really good too. This is from Sephora collection. And it's their plumping lip gloss. I think my makeup looks a little weird today. I'm not entirely happy with it. I don't know what's wrong with my hair, but it looks like this now. Anyways, I don't really know what to title these videos. So if you have a suggestion, what would you title this video? And I know that there's a lot of questions here, but I would love to have a conversation with you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I know this is super random, all these topics that I'm talking about, but maybe you enjoyed some of it, and I'm surprised if you stayed this long. Anyways, I am happy. I'm happy that you were here, and I hope you will be here again. Have a nice day. Bye.